Addicts, episode number 34. We're getting up there. We're getting up there. The show where we bring Android apps, we bring Android news, we bring Android other stuff. Could be anything, actually. Emails, voicemails. And we challenge our minds with each other's apps. We see if we like them or not. It's just not just me on the show. We got 3 guest hosts, and actually they're co-hosts. And we all bring apps, and we just kind of just dump them into a pile and see what we like and we don't like. And if you figurative, you can't really dump apps into a pile, can you? Is there an app to do that?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Enough of this. Let's go over to Steve McLaughlin, the Door-to-Door Geek, and introduce him first. Yo, Door.
Hello, everybody.
Is that a Bud Light commercial? Justin
Bud
TV
Light.
doesn't do enough commercials for us.
They don't. Bud Light Golden Wheat. Hey! Oh.
I like the volume at which you did it because that's usually how it happens too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm just celebrating the fact that nothing has went my way today whatsoever. So at least I'm going to have a good night.
I am in agreement with that. I hope we help you with that.
Oh, yeah, it's already started. My wife watched Paranormal Activity, and I, halfway through it, I turned to her. I said, if you wake me up in the next 2 to 3 nights and tell me you hear something, I'm going to punch you in your face.
Door. I love that show. That's part of my DVR.
I don't, dude.
No, it's not a show.
Yeah.
Wait, the movie or the show?
The movie.
The movie? Then I'm talking about Ghost Adventures.
Dude. No,
I
there
digress.
is one called Paranormal something, I think.
I love them ghost shows. Not that I believe them. I just like them.
And you're always digressing. You digress too much.
I know because them ghosts don't ever haunt Spanish people. I want to be.
I can tell you tonight while we were watching this, I said, now here's one. The only thing they got right about this kind of thing. If this kind of thing happened to a bunch of white people, they would be stupid enough to do this. If this happened to a Latino, that man would have turned to her and said, I love you, bye. And just gone.
I never saw that movie. I don't plan to. Not at least while I'm living alone.
You shouldn't. It's not good.
I know. I know. I think I got overhyped. I can't say that because I never saw it, but it did get majorly overhyped in the beginning.
Oh, too much.
All right. All right, let's keep rolling here with Tim Kelly from Tim's Computer Fix.
Hello, everyone. Dora, I have to laugh at that because Paranormal Activity 2 is what me and my wife saw. And yes, my wife heard things in the house at night.
After watching that?
After watching that, it was pretty, I don't know. It just got to her. So, yeah, Dora, and also, how could you not have a good night being on Android App Addicts? So,
exactly.
Thanks. Tim.
Exactly. So, hello, everyone. Hello, Steve.
Thank you for that. That was a compliment to the show.
Yeah.
And all of us involved. Lalo Nunez from BetterPCTech.com.
What's up?
What's up with you?
Not much, man. Thank you, gents, for allowing me to be on AAA or A times 3. I appreciate
A cubed.
A cubed.
Well, thank you for allowing you to come on. If that makes any sense.
That was pretty confusing.
Yes. All right. I must have had a long day, too. I'm just freaking blowing everything up here. All right. Let's get started here. I'm not going to choose who goes first on this episode because I don't want to take on that much of a responsibility. So, who would like to go first? Volunteers?
Oh.
Okay, Tim.
All right.
He said it first, Lalo. He used noises. You just raised your hand.
Yeah.
All right, Lalo goes second, and then Dora will go third. All right, Tim.
Right. I really don't have much here, guys. There's an app that's called ElectroDroid, and it is really intuitive as far as giving descriptions of electronics, actually. So you have like resistor color codes, SMD resistor codes, some things called ohms, law, voltage divider.
Some things called ohms.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of this stuff, I don't even know how I have a clue. But I'll tell you why I like this app myself in a minute. I'm just not, I have actually, done a little research on this app. You have like power dissipation. How about this battery life calculator, voltage drop calculator? But it's got a really good pinout. And I think I reviewed an app here called Pinout, I think. On Android App Addicts, but this one has a little bit more of a more diverse, I think, list of pinouts.
Go ahead.
And
Sorry.
one of which I have used here really recently, which is a USB pinout. I've had a problem with a small daughter board that had a shorting USB port on it. Actually, it had two USB ports on it. One of them was shorting out, one wasn't. And I was able to kind of use this this app to follow my pinouts and determine which USB port was shorting out. So it is a very great resource.
That's an awesome app. That looks awesome, especially for a shop, for using in your shop.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. Yeah. So, this app has been talked about before. I'm going to go ahead and call it out. But I have to talk about it again because I was really impressed with it. Door-to-door geek.
If you're pulling that, I'm going to do the same thing.
That's fine.
Okay.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's good for the goose? So this is it's the Haytel app, and I really didn't pay much attention to it when Dora talked about it, and I think I talked about another app that's called like CB Radio, walkie-talkie apps. This I have to just reiterate this app Haytel is really cool. It's really cool. Thanks, Dora, for turning me on to it. It basically acts as a CB radio, real-time transmissions. The only difference is almost like what was the Nextel? Not the Nextel, but the Altel.
Yeah, it wasn't Nextel.
Push to talk.
Yeah,
it's almost like
push to talk.
It's almost like it's a push to talk app, but it does push to talk. When you push to talk, you can talk. That goes real time to whoever you're communicating to.
Right.
The only difference is that turns into almost like a message to your receiver. So the person who receives that message, it doesn't come blaring out on the speakers right away. Your notification will come up and say, hey, you have a message from Haytel. And when you press the Haytel app on your notification bar,
then it comes blaring out.
Only then it comes up and gives the message.
Yeah. So who do you put in your list here? Like people, like your friends that you want to talk to? People.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever has an Android device, you have to enter their phone numbers in your contacts list on your phone, on your actual phone, and then the Haytel app actually gives you a device, an easy interface to send them an invite, like through text messaging.
Yeah, and I have it installed on my phone, and I never got an invite from Timster.
No, well, dude, that's only because I've only recently figured out really how this thing works, man. So I'm sure like you and Dor and everybody else has been like talking on Haytel, right? And Caleb tried to invite me, but I've only recently
tried to invite you.
I'll tell you, I put it to you like this. I've only recently figured it out.
Yeah, it's there's so many like ways to message each other that have varying little tiny differences, Right. There's full talking with like talking over the phone, there's Skype, there's Haytel, there's like IMing, there's texting, and everyone has like this little bitty push to talk. There's all these little bitty differences. This is kind of like in the middle. It's like
I got a message one day that said, hey, Caleb wants to send a message with you through Haytel. I was like, okay, click here. So I clicked there and nothing happened. I was like, well, what is this? I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But, it wasn't until recently I went into the Haytel app after Dor did it one time, and I kind of dinked around with it and I figured it out. So it wasn't that hard. It was just me being, me. So it turns out it's an awesome freaking app. I love the Haytel. Everybody should check it out.
I owe Dor for turning me onto this app, and it's good. I enjoy it as well. Great way to communicate.
It's like text messaging, it's not like, you don't have to respond to it right away. You don't have to hear it right away. It's, so it's really cool.
Right.
Good one.
And it uses the Speaks codec. So, and it's really designed intelligently because the gimmick is if you hold down the button for more than like 1 second, it already starts to notify the other side that you are sending a message. And the Speaks codec is so trim and light, it can send it over the network absurdly fast to where if you want, you could almost hold a real-time conversation. It's so quick.
Yeah.
But like what I do most of the time is when I get that droid, I'm in the middle of doing something or I'm in the middle of a meeting or something, so I just let it sit instead of hearing come over it, hey Steve, what are you doing?
Right.
You know, all it is the little notification sound, and then I can check it when I have a couple of seconds.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, and
So-
it's safer to use when you drive.
Exactly. And I've been turning all my friends on to it. Everybody that I can, I've been turning them on to Haytel since I finally figured it out. Hey, there's a couple of apps. There's an app that I can talk about that you can't download. So it's really kind of a news thing. So, and then I got another little piece of news about an Asus device. So we'll just pick that up later.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Tim. Lalo,
Yes, sir.
you all juiced up with the Red Bull?
Man, I got Red Bull and I got yeah, I am juiced up.
Okay. Go for it.
All right, man. Everybody knows I love the baseball. How much do I love baseball? You might ask at home. I will schedule my dates around baseball games. I make sure I watch my baseball game, then I go on my date. That's how you know that you found a good the woman. But anyways, my app is called Baseball Highlights, and what it is here, I'll show it on the screen. I'll try to at least. Ooh, gotta move his mic up, but you can see there. Woohoo!
Yes.
I can actually see highlights. I can see scores. I can see teams, my standings. If I play fantasy the baseball, which I don't, but you can also keep track of players. The neatest feature about this is since the baseball season has started, I don't have to go to ESPN or I don't have to go turn on my TV. I can just look at the scores, who's playing. I can even it will also show those highlights on MLB.com, those 45-second clips. So if my team lost and I want to be pissed off for the whole entire day, I can watch it on my Droid phone. So
MLB. It's actually called Baseball Highlights in the app in AppBrain.
I
That's
seen
weird.
that and it's weird, and I don't know because they're not sponsored by MLB.com, so I don't know how long this app will be around, but it's pretty cool. The baseball season just started, so I've been using this app pretty heavily, and I like it. So
It's pretty awesome, and it's free.
it is
Because the
free.
MLB one, it does exist, but it's $15.
That's the best part, man.
See, and the MLB one was kind of weird. If you own a Android phone and if you own an iPad and if you own a tablet, you have to pay for 3 different subscriptions.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Yeah.
Super lame.
and that is super lame because you're stupid. But anyway, and my other app is have you ever been to a bar, and you're with the guys and you have the waitress that comes round once every blue moon, like every hour, and you want like another beer or like a water and you try to grab their attention.
Talk to us, Lalo. Talk to us, buddy.
I thought you were going to say grab something else.
Hey, this is a PG, the 14 show.
PG-14.
But anyways, so nothing annoys me more when I have to go to like the bar and get a beer. I have to actually like get up and walk because you're not doing your job. But the little app is called, what's it called? Because they named it something, Beer Orderer, I think it's called.
Beer orderer?
Beer. I sent you a link, Steve, because Steve did not read my email.
I got him. I said thank you.
But it's okay.
I said it. I answered it.
And now I wouldn't use this app, but it's pretty funny. You can actually hold that up at the bar and say, if I'm with Steve and I'm with
Nice.
Dor, and I said,
Ah.
I need 3 beers.
Where's
like
the?
that.
That's awesome. But where's the S?
Yeah.
Huh?
Where's the S?
It
I don't
doesn't
care.
fit.
I'm
Doesn't matter.
downloading it.
Hey,
You're asking
so,
for too much now.
Lalo, if you turn that into like landscape mode, do you see the S?
No.
it's still like here.
It doesn't matter. I need
So-
beer. Hey, but
No.
it does say please on the very bottom.
That's
It
nice.
does say please. Now, for some reason, you can pick from 2 different languages, like the other one being German. I don't know why, but if you want to be different,
I know why you pick German, because somebody who doesn't know English made that app.
I don't care. I'm downloading it.
Dude, that's also helpful if you're at a freaking. That's also helpful if you're at a freaking bar that's just noisy and the bartender can't even hear what you're saying. Hey, I need that. Huh?
I don't know.
Brought that up
Let
and
me
say,
ask you:
hey.
if you were a bartender, go ahead. Would this be offensive if somebody held up that to you? Like,
No,
No?
especially
No.
if it was noisy.
Now,
Okay.
now, what's offensive to me? Because at times I go out with a group of 12 or more the people. Do I flash it twice to get 16 beers? Or I grab your Android phone. I put 8+8. I don't know.
why?
Okay.
8 is the highest you can go.
8's the highest that you can go.
Damn, that must be for safety reasons.
Of
Well,
course.
hold on. And because German beers go by pints, so it's a little bit more.
You don't
What's
necessarily
the
have
third language?
Huh?
What was the third language?
No, it's just 2.
Sign language. I'll say
That's a good app.
I want this app really bad, but I can't put it on my phone.
Why?
Android Market says it is incompatible with my device.
What?
No way,
he's
but-
got an X.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
I have gingerbread.
Oh.
So you can't run beer orderer because gingerbread?
I'm gonna try to install it through AppRain, but through the Android Market, it's saying no.
That's
And,
weird.
and that's
Yeah,
enough
that's
to make me
getting-
want to go back to friggin' Froyo.
Yeah, that's interesting. Good one. Like them, Lala.
I haven't moved from Froyo, so
I just ROM my phone again. Don't be mad. I'll
Don't
talk
be
about it. I'll
mad.
talk about it later. I don't want to feel like just a dilettante into the ROMs here. I want to be like have commitment. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, let me get my dictionary app so I can see what the hell that word meant.
Go ahead, Dor.
Oh, me. Okay. I just gotta say, give me just 1 second. I want to make a comment on the one thing Timster said. Haytel is very good, and I'll add, I have no idea if it's on iPhone, and nor do I care if it's on iPhone. Okay, now on to my apps. The first app, I'm sad to say, I tried my best to tell everyone I knew about this, and I apparently missed some people in the loop. Amazon app store.
Mhm.
Every day something free. Sometimes something cheesy, sometimes something weird, sometimes something cool. Well, this past week they had a game called Backbreaker Football, which definitely has some non-brochacho cool undertones with the name, but it's still cool. It's basically like you're receiving a kick or a punt or something like that, and you're starting at the opposite end of the field, and you got to go make a touchdown. This game normally is $3. It was completely free on the Amazon App Store, and I gotta say, I'm pretty hooked on it. It does get more challenging after a while. Like barriers
Ooh.
are like in the field to where you have to go around them. There are spots in the field where if you hit it, you get more points. As you progress, the opponents do get harder, smarter, more athletic, which means they will try to catch you from behind too. And to me, this is almost a perfect game for like doctor's office visiting like I did today, because a round of the game at the most lasts like 45 seconds. You know, you hit the button. Oh, you like zoom back on the field so you can see where the other guys are and where the spots are you got to hit, and then it comes down to you. Boom, it starts. You run, score a touchdown. That's the end of that round.
How cool is that? That door.
I like that, man.
Now, you stated it's no longer free. Is that correct?
Right now, it's no longer free.
But is it so cool that I should pay the $3? I'm asking
It
door.
is. It is really, really close in my eyes. I will say I'm confused because the same developer in the Android market has two games. Now, I'm taking for granted the game I have is called Backbreaker Football. On my list, it just says Backbreaker, and it is football. But the other game is called Backbreaker THD.
This Tegra HD version of Backbreaker is optimized for use on high-definition Tegra devices only. Wow.
I do not have.
Can you imagine that? All
Yeah.
Tegra'd out?
Well, and I'll say this. You people that don't own an Android device and you own an iWhat, this is the game that they advertise on the commercials for the iWhat, showing how powerful and how cool it is. But I have it on my device, which makes it powerful and cool. Honestly, Lalo, you have 15 minutes. Now, okay, quick diversion. Amazon has a virtual player for some apps. You go to the Amazon web page, browse apps. Some of those apps you can play with in a virtual Android environment through your web browser.
Okay.
It might be there. Check it out.
I sure will.
In less than 15 minutes, you will have, I think, a fair idea whether or not you want it. I believe you're the sports guy. 2 minutes into playing this game, you might think it might be repetitive. Stick with it. It becomes even better.
And I will. And just wait till I tell Caldwell. So,
Caldwell will be all over it.
all over it.
Throw that app up against Angry Birds, Dora. What do you think?
I think Angry Birds is horrible, so there's no comparison.
Okay.
I think Angry Birds is repetitive.
It is.
There's no doubt about that.
Fling.
I still like the white bird.
Fling. Don't get me wrong. I like the differentiation with the birds, but you know.
But you have to aim different each time, though.
Oh, pardon me.
Pardon me, it's a game.
It's the same thing over and over again. It's honestly, Moonlander from 1979 was more complex than Angry Birds.
I love that game.
I hated that game because it was so touchy.
Moon Patrol?
Moonlander, where you were on the thing and you only have a limited amount of gas and you got to come down nice and softly and gently on the X.
What was that for? Is that MAME?
Oh, this was on Commodore.
Yeah.
This was on all old systems.
Why don't I know that game? I'm so mad.
Trust me, you see a picture of it, you'll be like,
Okay.
oh, that piece of crap.
Yeah.
Very annoying game. Very annoying game.
Yes.
Extreme touch and finesse was needed and patience. Me,
Yes.
none of the three. Okay. Next app I had, it's a very functional, useful app. And if I did bring it up already, I don't care. I'm sick. Get over it. It's called PDF Viewer. A lot of times when I'm getting emails on my device, I don't want to be forced to jump to a computer to do something.
Right, of course.
I hate that. This PDF Viewer app, while it is not the best PDF viewer ever imagined, it does a pretty adequate job.
Which one is it, Dor? By Maciej? M-A-C-I-E-J?
I literally just closed the window.
Can you tell from my App Brain page?
Yes, that is the right one.
Top one?
M-A-C-I-E-J.
Yeah, got it.
The zooming, while it is when you zoom, it like updates from top left to bottom right, so it takes a second. But when it is finished doing the zooming effect, you can get very crisp, very clear looks at PDFs. I've actually found this quite useful now a couple times, just because I don't want to bounce back and forth from app to computer to, back to phone just to accomplish a simple task.
Right. Sweet.
The last app I'm talking about only because it comes so close to fulfilling a necessity as far as I'm concerned. I mentioned before how I really would like to have a ODBC smart gas application to where I could just point it at the pump when I was done getting gas, click, it would take a picture, it would automatically intelligently get the numbers, put them in the right fields in the application.
Oh.
Then I could do the same thing to my odometer.
What's OCDB?
I'm sorry, it's actually OCR, optical character recognition.
Because for a second there, my man, Dor's hardcore. He had a database hooked up to
I know.
his phone.
Exactly.
I was like,
That's what I
wow.
thought too. Isn't that like Oracle something database?
I'm sorry.
What's the name of the app?
Beer. If I can pronounce it, it is called Eclosion. 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 I have no
Don't
idea.
worry, I got it up. It's got eggs on it, right?
Yes.
Eggs.
This app does more than just the OCR kind of stuff, but that was the only thing that I've been trying to get it to do. Now, I can tell you the only failing I noticed with it is it does not enable automatic zooming or autofocus on the phone. You know what I mean? So on a computer screen with smaller text, you cannot get a accurate picture. But if you have something in real physical text, you back out and bring it forward, you can get it to where it's in a focus.
Yeah.
There is a way on the screen you can automatically drag your fingers and resize the box that it's capturing in.
Right.
And you can actually click a picture and it will OCR what you are seeing to later. Now, the one thing I haven't been able to get it to do, and I think I'm using the application wrong. It said on the webpage there was a way I could just take a picture, boom, put it in my pocket, go about my business. Later that day, use the OCR on that picture. Because that would be happy enough for me for the mileage calculator for my car. Because I don't want to have to, while I'm getting the gas, stand in front of the pump for 3 minutes. It ain't working. I gotta get it making. It ain't working. I can do that in the privacy of my own home.
Awesome.
Try and get it to work.
That's a cool app.
The app does do more. I don't even know what it does.
I know you didn't explore the big wheel of functions.
Nope.
Well, that's that's for our listeners. Let them explore that and let us know.
Yeah, and I have OCD, so I was really focusing on the one thing. And
I'm just trying to figure out what the American and Brazilian flag are doing down there.
it says it can do language translations where it auto detects the incoming language.
Wow. Only Brazilian. Actually, that's not probably a language. I don't even know what they speak.
It isn't Portuguese, I think.
I'm so uncultured. I mentioned it before. All right.
I'm just guessing, and I'm hoping none of them are listening.
None of them are listening. All right. Anything else, Dor?
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Okay. All right. Time for my apps, I guess. Pretty cool one that I found now because I like I said, I ROM'd my phone, and I just literally put this background on before the show. It's you can't really tell too much there. It's really it's a crisp graphic. It's like Gothic like, and I got it from an app called. This is probably from the same developer as Lalo's beer app because it's called Make Look Good.
All right.
MLG. The app's called Make Look Good, and it's got these cool ass themes of different widgets you can do, and each theme has its own little a bunch of widgets, and they're really, I mean, if you're into like high quality graphics, sharpness, style ish, these things are really cool. The apps look, I mean, the widgets look great, and you can do it for your weather app. Like this one's called Aviator. That's what your clock's gonna look like. Really detailed, really cool. And check, oh man, these are awesome too. I might use Aviator. So like your main apps, like your weather, your clock, and then your power buttons like Wi-Fi, GPS, and brightness and stuff. It has its own little buttons made for each one of those for each of the themes, and the themes are really nice looking. So it's something if you want to snazz up your phone, looks pretty, and make look good your phone. You can use this app. Check it out. Cool. I did want to talk about another app that I've been using, and oh darn, I don't have it downloaded here. But it's so awesome that I'm going to pull a Timster and talk about it again. It's called it's called Cam Scanner, and I'm actually the one who brought it up before. And I've used this thing. I've used this thing to scan documents that look like you put them actually through a scanner. It's so cool. It's free. You take a paper that you want to scan in your computer. You take a picture of it straight down on top of it. This app will try to determine the boundaries, and if it's got the boundaries of the page wrong, you do it like on Door's app. You use your fingers and you just make what the boundaries really are on the app. You just drag to the boundaries. It's super easy, so you actually have the correct boundaries. Now say that because it's hard to take a perfectly even, straight down picture with your camera. So most of the times when you try to do that with one of these phone cameras, the paper's skewed. You know what I mean? It's like you could see that the picture was taken at an angle and the text is not straight. This app straightens it out. So it's perfectly straight all the way across. So if you take a crooked picture, not just crooked to the side, I'm talking like crooked, all kinds of aspect ratio crookedness, this thing will fix it so it looks like you're straight down on top of a piece of paper. And then it totally handles the brightness and contrast, so it makes it look like you literally scanned this thing through a scanner. And it's amazing. I think it's an amazing app, especially if you want to get rid of like your scanners and hardwares and all-in-one printers and this kind of thing and just use your phone for your scanning. This thing does the job really, really well.
So does it?
I have a question. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. Sir. Go ahead, sir.
Oh no, I was just wondering if you were able to like save it as a PDF, what
Yes.
text format, so you're able to save it as. Then you can like send it or fax it off to somebody, or
I've saved it as a PDF and send it. It's all the options are in there to save as PDF and send them off. No, I don't think you could fax. Not from that.
Well, what's the difference? 'Cause I'm downloading it now as we speak. In between the free and the paid version, or the license.
Let me see the free version. Well, the free version did everything I want to do. This license for Cam Scanner across Cam Scanner free. It unlocks Cam Scanner with no limitation on the number of documents. Okay, so the paid version's $5. I must not have done enough documents with the free version to reach the limit, but I guess free version has a limit of how many documents you could scan. If that's the only difference, I basically had full functionality when I was using it, and because I couldn't find any functions that it didn't do for me that a pro version I would need a pro version for. So it looks like you need it to do a certain amount of documents. It can only do a certain amount of documents. But I be loving it. And it does save it as PDF.
Make look good.
Make look good, UPDF with Cam Scanner. All right. That is it from my apps. I downloaded, and I want to give a plug to my latest ROM, Fresh. I'm back to Fresh. Fresh is like the first ROM I downloaded after I rooted my phone, and it was solid as a rock. It basically mimics the HTC Sense, original HTC Sense that I got on my phone, without all the Sprint crap. Sprint crap totally gone. Plus, I see now they included a nice little wireless tether in there. 4G works on the Evo, and it's super fast, and it's just rock solid. You know, I was playing with other ROMs. You know, I had Destroyer, Cyanogen, I had Warm Z the last show, and they're cool, but little bitty bugs here and there, like no 4G on Warm Z, or you know, Cam Scanner couldn't get on the internet, or not Cam Scanner. Cyanogen, I had a problem with the internet the first time I used it, and I finally got it fixed. Just when I went back to Fresh, no bugs, and so I'm back to Fresh because I know that it was a solid ROM from the first time I used it. The only reason I got off of Fresh the first time was I got bored of it. So I'm back to it for the dependability, and I think it's Fresh 3.5 is the latest version. Highly recommend it, especially if you have an Evo. It's just super rock solid. Any other news or ROMs or anything from you guys?
I got some news, but I know Timster had something super sweet he wanted to talk about.
Oh, what is it?
I did. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, look, there's this app that helps quarterbacks throw perfect spirals. It's an Android app.
What?
So absolutely. And the only thing is it's an APK, and I cannot figure out where this app is. But basically, what these guys use is a Nerf type football with Bluetooth.
And if you got to put your phone inside the football.
Yeah, you got to put your phone inside the football.
Dude, that's great.
Right. Yeah. No, there's actually a Bluetooth device in the football.
Right.
That links back to your phone.
Awesome.
And if you play the video in there that I just linked to, I know you guys who are listening to this podcast, that doesn't help you any, but basically what it does is they're using a Droid 2 here, and the football is transmitting data over Bluetooth the entire time, and the throw release it records the speed, time of flight, the RPM, and spiral, the wobble of the procession, and it basically gives a graph, so you know they can help hone in on their spirals.
Tim, sir, can you post it in the chat room again? I just jumped in there. I wasn't logged in.
Dude,
Really?
this
Yeah,
is genius.
No problem. The only thing is, like, I tried to find this on on the Android market, and I can't find it. But they label it as Android app helps quarterbacks hone spirals, and perfect spiral trainer for Android is what they're calling it. I can't seem to find that in there, but I'm quite sure you would need the Nerf type device, football, Bluetooth.
All right. Well, I can tell you this right now. If I developed this thing, I wouldn't release it on the Android market.
Why?
I'd take this thing to University of Maryland and say, give me some money, and I'll give it to you.
Checking it out now. Look at this.
All right, throw it.
Okay, told him to throw it. Showing the ball. Now, okay, now that he threw it, what's he gonna do? Be like, no, you got to go a little to the left, or how does he correct it?
Well, I don't know. The way I understand it is it like records the session, so you can kind of go back and
and analyze it.
yeah.
I gotta say, that's really freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
The technology is really cool. I think it's a little vague on exactly how it helps them hone in.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's basically telling them whether they throw in a perfect spiral or not. And I guess it could tell them, you know, whether you need more velocity, whether you need more spin. I don't know.
Well,
Like I say, they're a little vague on details on that.
well, the possibilities are great for the many sports. Again, I love sports, but take the baseball. If you're batting, what if if you had a foam bat with a blue, well, not a foam bat, but
You could probably put it in their wood bats.
and a wooden bat, so you can tell that your arms are making the appropriate. If you're a pitcher, that you have the proper release and you're not hurting like your elbow. I mean, so like the possibilities of this type of technology,
Huge.
I mean, just huge,
especially for bats. I mean, they'll tell you how fast your swing is. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're doing something wrong, you speed up your swing. That's pretty cool.
Or especially for the pitchers that want to throw like the knuckleball or like the curveball or like a slider.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, it's all on how you grip the ball and the release to make the ball do what you want to do. And if you have a pitcher or if you have a kid or a teenager in baseball that has trouble doing it, I mean, it's great.
Technology
Awesome.
exists.
Good find, Timster.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks. I thought it was worth talking about. Hey, have we talked about the Asus EEE pad? I don't think we have.
Yeah,
we?
let's bring it. Let's do it.
No, It's a really cool device, man. And basically, it's a tablet that, we've seen the ones where the phone kind of docks into the keyboard and it ends up with the screen, and and your phone acts as the device, with the screen and the keyboard kind of as the secondary add-on. But this is an actual pad that docks to a keyboard. Now you're like, okay, well, big deal, really? What's the big deal about this? Well, here's what's really cool about this. It's called the Asus EEE pad. And there is, let me see on these specs. Oh, gosh, I think I lost my specs here. Yeah. So there is originally 9.5 hours on this tablet, supposedly. And this tablet is a 10.1 inch. Okay. But the keyboard also acts as an extended battery to where you get 16 plus hours with it. Is called a dock. The keyboard is a dock.
That is neat. That is neat. That makes me want to pop it, Matt Rainey.
Yeah, but it's expensive. It's like I think there's.
What? It's only $399.
No, it's expensive, Dor.
That's not expensive.
Wait, for the whole for the whole thing or just the dock on Timster?
No, it's there's two different versions. One of them is it's a memory thing, and I'm trying to look up the specs now. Actually, it's showed up on the elsewhere $400 and $500 respectively.
Timster,
16 gigs $400, 32 gigs $500 memory. Yeah.
Okay, so a person who's walking around with an iPad and a keyboard dock is going to be listening to this and go, Timster, we had this a year ago. What's the
I know.
What is the argument there against?
No, actually, the only thing is the extended battery life.
Right.
That would be the only thing that I could see.
I see something else too that I think is better, and that's that it comes with a trackpad and buttons.
And it's Android.
So the thing about the iPad dock is you have to touch the thing even after it's docked to do anything besides type your keys. So this actually makes it more like a laptop. I like this. I do like this a ton. I don't know if I like it better than the Atrix and the laptop dock on the Atrix.
I'll say I like it more because on the Atrix the phone is like $200 and then that dock thing is $500.
All right, price aside, with that though, at least you have your phone, and then the dock you just leave in your car or something, and you just use it whenever you need it on the road. This you got to bring your phone, the pad, and I don't know. I guess it's kind of the same. I like looking at things from a mobile standpoint, like especially tablets. Like tablets to me are mobile. I want to take them places. How can this be easily transported? Otherwise, I'll sit home with a laptop instead of using this. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at devices.
Point, Steve. Very good point. Yes, but I figured it's worth mentioning.
I think it's worth mentioning too, especially since the touchpad does it for me on this device. I think it's cool, Timster. What? Anybody else have anything?
I have a little bit of news, and I'm just going to gloss over them real quick. First one is called Run Droid. What Run Droid allows you to do, it allows Windows mobile devices like the HTC HD2, it allows you to dual boot to Android.
What's the name of it, Dor?
It's called Run Droid.
It's an app?
It's like an application on a Windows box, I believe, that modifies the Windows Mobile Series 7 phone, Series 7 phone bootloader thing to allow you to multiple boot. And to be honest, I don't know of any Android device that multi-boots anything. I'll add because we don't need to.
To Android or Windows Mobile 6, it says here.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can multi-boot to multi-things.
Uh-huh.
So, I think Windows Phone Series, whatever, needs a little help for them to feel better about their purchase of their phone that doesn't take up as much time in their life.
I agree.
Don't you just not hear anything about that phone? I hear nothing about that phone.
Where did they go, man? It's like
they went to the same place Zunes went.
Exactly.
That place that Zunes went. That's
I
where
don't even see their commercials anymore on TV.
I still see
what's
it. In
up?
fact, I have a couple office mates that have that phone, and I tell them the buttons are so big, like for preschoolers.
Yeah. I would say, don't worry. Windows Phone Series 7, 8 will fix everything.
7, 8. It'll always have 7 in it somewhere.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
The next quick piece of news is Android market now shows a solid 1 out of 3 smartphones purchased in the US are Android devices. Some people might think, well, only a third? No, actually, a third is a winning number in this book because you have other platforms. You have Nokia devices, BlackBerry devices, iPhone devices, all these other things. To have 33% is very respectable.
I think so too.
Absolutely.
You think it's kind of split iPhone, BlackBerry, Droid?
I think it's very mixed. I think like businesses are stuck on RIM really hard. Individuals, I think they're really in a race. iPhone, Android, iPhone, Android, iPhone. And I think the fragmentation that people say is ruining Android is what's drawing more people in, because I don't like that phone. It doesn't look right. I don't like that. Oh, I like that phone. That looks right. You have choice. Choice is what makes it good. People say the same kind of thing about Linux, and that's why it doesn't do good because of the fragmentation. Contraire, mon frere. That's why it does do good. You can have a distribution specifically focused towards what you want. Same thing with Android. You can have a specific phone that looks, feels exactly how you want.
Right. I agree.
But I'll go off that high horse. Now, the last thing I think is going to benefit the most people listening to this podcast. There's a thing called BlueStacks. BlueStacks will let you run Android applications on your Windows operating system. I haven't played with this because I was in a doctor's office today where I literally fell asleep. They left me sitting in the room waiting for the doctor for 45 minutes.
Damn, doctors.
Yeah. Well, that's why they get paid the big bucks.
Could you imagine doing that as a computer repair guy?
No, I would get punched.
All right.
Hold on now. Doctors save lives. We fix viruses.
Podnutz saves lives.
Yeah, just wait till the game comes out. You'll see, doubter.
As long as my character is good, like don't make me the cheesy.
Oh, trust me,
you won't be cheesy. You'll be on the dark side.
I've been on the dark side.
There's people I swear would die without their computer.
True, very true.
Go ahead, Dor.
Sorry, Dor.
I'll just say, if I have any control over the Lalo character, he's going to be a mystical character with powers of automation that seem not of this world to other people.
Your phone show a reboot. Haha.
Exactly.
Dor, you have to spearhead this game. You have the vision. I could see this. Everything you've said about the game so far, your vision would make a perfect game.
Well, trust me, I've actually laid sweating in bed, sick as a dog, thinking, oh, Chris.
Yeah, oh, God.
How would Chris be in this game? But Lalo's the one that the townsfolk are going to be scared of. Because he's a bro chacho with mystical powers.
Actually, all the brochachas might make it into this game.
Awesome.
Wouldn't shock me.
We'll see what happens.
Chris would be the merchant
He would be. He would
of the
be.
game, and I think that the game cannot be complete without a Steve C's Nut House, or Steve D's Nut House. I'm sorry, Steve
Thank
D's
you for
Nut House.
clarifying.
Yeah,
I'll just say that Chris should be a merchant, but he cannot be a merchant. He needs to be like a super merchant. You know, you have to achieve to get to him.
Yes. And then he'll sell you an object for 5 rubies, but he'll buy it back for 1.
Exactly.
He'll say, I know you could buy this somewhere else for cheaper. But
you will not get the service you get from me.
And how about Will I Am or Liam or whoever he
Will
goes by
I
this
Am.
week?
Liam, you're going to always come across him, and he's going to be slowly sinking in like quicksand or something.
yes.
Why is
Because
that?
on every show I've ever seen him on, he's sitting in his chair,
He does
and
that.
it's constantly just going down and down and down the whole.
Very good.
see,
You're right.
Door is
Perfect.
definitely the creative leader of the game.
Okay,
Dude, we
but
got the
BlueStacks
script.
is
All right, BlueStack. Where is it?
BlueStacks is cool to allow you to run Android apps on Windows.
Oh,
For
neat.
use people out there that just want to experience, God forsaken, upset pheasants or something else, this will allow you to do it on your Windows computer, quad core, 16 gigs of RAM monstrosity.
What's upset pheasants? Oh, Angry Birds. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
I
All
just
right.
don't like saying that name.
Upset pheasants. Has anybody heard anything about Google TV? I'm getting a little worried here that it's just going to fade out of existence.
The only thing I hear about it is from you, Steve.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. You know, it might have got an update. I haven't checked in a while.
Here's the thing. When you stop thinking about it, a week later, there'll be an update for it.
Okay.
As soon as you give up on it, kind of thing.
I agree.
Except yours won't have enough processing power or RAM to get the update.
Thank you, Sony. All right, let me read some emails here. What do you say?
Go for
Cool.
First email is from, they're all from Will. He says, hey, guys, I really like Amazon App Store. Well, not Liam. This is from another Will. Hey, guys, I really like the Amazon App Store. The free app of the day alone is worth it. There wasn't Backbreaker. That was one of the free apps of the day, right? Amazon?
Yep. Like Tuesday, April the somethingth.
I gotta get into that. I'll get some free apps of the day.
Honestly, I train myself every day. Go and look what the app is. If you follow Droid Life, I believe it is,
Yeah.
RSS feed, they will tell you what the app is every day.
Cool. I mean, because that app is a $4 app. I mean, they're giving it
I
away.
know.
All right. He says, I was fortunate to notice the Swift Key keyboard one night just shortly before midnight. I now have a new favorite virtual keyboard for my Droid X. 2 thumbs up for Amazon App Store. That's from Will.
And I'm so mad I missed that app.
Better keyboard. Case closed.
Yes, I agree.
Well,
You do? You like
Swift
that?
Key. All right. I'll just tell you the plus with Swift Key is it isn't predictive text. It's predictive next word. And when I used the free trial, seriously, 80% of the words I was going to say next was in the list right there. So
that doesn't matter. I turn all that off. Just let me type. And
Well,
look
but
how big those keys are. They're humongous. It's awesome.
I know, but what this made me do, it let me write a complete 15-word sentence in less than 20 clicks.
Doesn't matter. The time it takes for you to look at all these words it's trying to set you up with takes the same amount of time to type it for me.
I don't know.
All
I'm not,
right. I need to be
I'm not
convinced. I need to be
like that.
convinced. I turn all the predictive stuff off. Anyway. I'm just a fan of the better keyboard. Will says, hey, Steve, just got the portion. Oh, it is. It just got to the portion of last show where you're changing the name of Android App Addicts to iPhone App Addicts. Why not make it an inclusive show for both Android and iPhone? You could just call it App Addicts and get apps for both devices. I don't know if this is possible, but it would be really cool if you could recommend apps for both the iPhone or both operating systems. So I read this and I go, oh man, he didn't get it was a joke, right? And I'm like, yeah, we're not going to do that. And then he goes, April Fool's back. So he got me. He got us.
Touché.
I was going to go, great idea.
By the way, I hope people are listening to the show and watching this show. I think there must have been at least one person, I bet, that listened to that last week's show, got up to the point where we said we're changing to an iPhone App Addict, and then just deleted our feed. It was an April Fool's joke, so please come back.
It came close with Jonathan Nadeau.
I know.
Yeah.
He said he was really close to deleting it.
I know.
And Caleb said he was listening to it in the car, and he was like throwing stuff. He was so mad.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think everybody that was around during last year's April Fools didn't fall for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all of our new guys, hey, it was fun.
Yes, it was very fun. And the best part was how Timster put April Fools and neon lights on his phone after we did that.
Oh, yeah. Finally got something out of that app.
All right, this last one's again from Will. Thank you, Will, for all the trifecta here. Feedback for Android App Addicts. Hey, guys, I need to second Steve's recommendation for mixing. The one thing that iPod and iPhone do extremely well is play music. They remember the last position playback was at when you change songs or apps. The built-in Android music player just doesn't cut it. I was using Rock Player Lite for a while, but the Lite version seems to be a bit buggy. After some searching, I came across Mixing Basic, and I love the app. It easily orders your music. You can drag songs around in your playlist, and it remembers the spot you were last at during playback. 2 thumbs up. Thanks, guys, for finding these cool Android apps. And that's from Will. And that's from willthecomputerguy.com. That's his website. Thank you, Will.
Cool,
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want to be like Will and you want to contact us, just send an email to mail@podnutz.com. If you want to call us and leave a voicemail, you can do that too. It's 7076-PODNUTS. Just call that on a phone. And I think we're going to wrap it up now. Any last comments, Dor?
If you want to be nice and you want to help out Podnuts, there's multiple ways to do it. If you want to help out Lalo, it's podnuts.com/betterpctech. You'll also be taking care of Steve. Help us because we help you.
Help us help you. Isn't that your favorite slogan, Lalo? Saying?
Help me, help you.
All
More
right.
like help me.
So I get partial credit.
Timster. Lalo hates that, I'm just saying. Go ahead, Timster. Any last comments? Where can people find you?
Yeah, podnuts.com/forums. And there's an Android app addicts section in there, man. You guys can drop by and leave some comments. You can find me at timscomputerfix.com and on Twitter at timster_.
Very cool. Thank you, Tim. Lalo, how about you?
Yo, I know this is not the show for this a segment, but I don't like is when I suggest an app to somebody and they can't find it because it's named entirely different. So you develop a freaking Android app named the same thing in the marketplace. What's so difficult about that?
I don't know. What was the app you're referring to?
I have no idea.
MLB,
No.
the baseball highlights.
Yes, but
on the screen it was called MLB highlights.
Right, but there's tons of apps that I'll be on my phone and I go and I see what the name of the app is, and they go, "Hey, like Doofus is not in the marketplace."
I know.
Oh, because it's
I hate
called
that.
because it's called Red Horse with Shoes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's just a bad marketing move.
Yeah, but
No consistency. No
I don't
consistency.
know. But betterpctech.com. Thank you for those who bought the videos. I am in process of upgrading them with a lot more content. The funny story. I got an email last night from someone who bought the videos. I won't say his name, but he asked me a whole bunch of questions, and I read the email 10 times. I go, what is he talking about? So now so I had replied back, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was emailing the wrong guy about the wrong product, but I do love your video." but all night I was like, I didn't even cover that in the product. I was like, what is he talking about?
That's awesome. I never got that.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. But I'm putting a lot more content into it. If Duke can start barking, it will speed up the process. But I can't control Duke, man. He's like a pit bull in a Yorkie's body. He's like Suge Knight. What can I say? But
All right, man. Well, thanks. Check out betterpctech.com. And I was going to say something, and I totally forgot. Anyway, stay tuned for Nuts and Lights coming on after this. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next time.